Good morning, everyone. It's a great Navy day. It's T-3, I guess, for my Appalachian Trail through hike. I'm here at the Black Mountain Campground. There's kind of the beginning of the campground there. I'm Black Diamond Campground is at the base of Mount Mitchell. I'm about to start my hike to the top of Mount Mitchell. It's about a 5.5 mile hike. Hopefully I'll complete that in about 4.5 hours or so, or hopefully less even. But it's quite a bit of elevation gain. It's 3,000 feet of elevation gain over the next 5.5 miles or so. I'll be following these blue diamond blue blazes to the top of Mount Mitchell there. There's my first blaze sign. Again, why I'm hiking this hike is as an homage to Benton MacKaye, the gentleman who came up with the concept of the Appalachian Trail in 1921. But his original concept paper for the trail was to go from Mount Washington in New Hampshire rather, Mount Washington in New Hampshire to Mount Mitchell here in North Carolina, the highest point east of the Mississippi. So it's quite a significant mountain, and even though it's no longer, or never was, I guess, on the Appalachian Trail, it's a hike I always wanted to do, and I think it's a good hike as an homage to Benton MacKaye and his original concept of the Appalachian Trail. So here I'm about to start here in just a minute or so, and to the top of Mount Mitchell, again, about 3,000 feet of elevation gain over 5.5 miles or so. Hopefully I make it in about 4 hours or so. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later. Again, I'll be following the blue diamond blazes today. Here's the sign to Mount Mitchell. Notice the more difficult, about 3,000 feet of elevation gain here in about 5 miles. Here's one of the long green tunnel effects. I'm about 4 miles from the top, making good progress, but this gives you an idea of the trail. The trail is in great shape, no blowdowns, everything's been cleared. Trail maintainers doing a great job here, but you can see it's very, very rocky and rooty, but trail's nice and wide, so it's in good shape. But just give you an idea of kind of the tunnel effect on this trail to the top of Mount Mitchell on the Mount Mitchell Trail from Black Mountain Campground. Did I mention that this is a mountain and that it's all uphill? Here's a nice step carved through this blowdown by the trail maintainers. Carved a nice little step into it. It's kind of a good job there. I don't know how long that's been there, how long ago that happened, but that's kind of an example of what trail maintenance work requires. So I'm not sure, like I was just saying, my trail map says 5.5 miles for this hike, but the sign at the bottom of the trailhead said 6.6. So I'm not sure which one's correct, but a good view today through this, I'll pan down here, this rock outcropping that I'm standing on. And again, I'm only about 5 yards off trail or so. And here's the rock that I'm standing on. That's a pretty big fall down there, but there's the view today. Beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. Here's another view today. The power line here, I guess it's going up the top, but across this a couple times today, so they've cleared out where this power line comes through. Just sit here and reflect and listen to this little stream cascading down across the trail. That's the trail out that way. And the stream crosses over and goes down that way. Very soothing sounds. Here's another one just a few yards from what I just filmed. Coming across the trail here. And pretty far down there. That's a pretty steep fall. And of course the trail is that way. Let's see what that sign says on there. So it's 11:43 on my Mount Mitchell hike, homage to Benton MacKaye. I'm 1 mile from the top of Mount Mitchell. And you can see their elevation 6,150 feet. And so it's 6,600 and something as I recall. Got about another, 550 feet to go in elevation gain in the last mile. This last mile from the 2 mile marker up to this marker has definitely been steeper and more technical than the other sections. And I imagine this last mile will again be even more so. 1 mile to go. This I'm basically a half mile from the top, and this section of the trail has got a very kind of an enchanted feel to it. Definitely a heavy pine forest, heavy scent of pine. I've got my eye out for Dorothy and the Scarecrow and perhaps the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, but haven't seen them yet. But very, very interesting change in the forest dynamic along this last half mile to the top of the trail. Be there soon. $12:29. Made it to the top. Mount Mitchell, 6,684 feet. Left at 8:18 this morning, 6.6 miles to the top. So, unfortunately today in the clouds, no view today. It's kind of clear right here on the top, but you can't see anywhere due to the cloud coverage.